Specific tools are needed to complete this installation. Have them ready before beginning. The following parts are optional and are not required for installation. This tile floor covering is intended for use in a garage. The tile floor covering is designed to be used in either a wall-to-wall application or as an individual tile floor covering under vehicles. The tile floor covering is designed to be placed over an existing garage floor. Permanently adhering the tile floor covering to the surface of an existing garage floor is not necessary nor recommended. Sharp, heavy objects such as an automotive jack stand, or motorcycle kickstand may cut or damage the tile floor covering. Use a pad such as a flat board, metal plate, or cement slab of adequate thickness between the sharp or heavy object and the tile floor covering to help better distribute the load and to protect the tile floor covering from damage. The tile floor covering should be placed over a clean, dry concrete garage floor with a smooth surface. Remove all items from the area to be covered with the tile floor covering. Sweep, wash, and dry the garage floor. Use a mild soap and water. Using a product recommended for your garage floor surface, repair any surface cracks larger than 1/2 inch wide. Before getting started, measure the area of the garage floor to be covered and note any obstructions to determine the number of tiles needed. Leave a minimum of 1/2 inch space between the edge of the tiles and the perimeter of the garage walls and around all obstructions, such as stairs or posts. The spacing is necessary to allow for expansion and contraction of the tiles caused by seasonal temperature fluctuations. The tiles may buckle if the necessary spacing is not provided. Place the tiles in a male to female connecting pattern. The female loops should be located as you stand inside the garage facing the garage door at the bottom and right side of each tile. Connect the tiles by placing the male tabs to the top of the female loops. Using a rubber mallet, tap the male tabs into the female loops. Be sure to join all male tabs to the female loops for the tiles to lock securely into place. Many garage walls and floors are not square. Do not cut the tiles before checking to see if the floor is square. The tile floor covering may be installed in a specific location for use under a vehicle. Position the first tile in the front left corner of the desired coverage area. Using the corner tile as a guide, connect the first column of tiles. Using a rubber mallet, connect the remaining tiles in the column working toward the back. Proceed right until the desired coverage area is complete. Attach female edge trim by joining the female connecting loops to the male tabs on the tile. Connect the corner edge trim. Attach the male edge trim by joining the male tabs to the female connecting loops located on the tile. Connect the corner edge trim. The tile floor covering can be installed wall to wall in order to cover the entire garage. If installing edge trim around the perimeter walls in a wall-to-wall application, determine the number of hole tiles to be used. Be sure to leave a minimum of 1/2 inch space between the edge trim and the perimeter of the garage walls. Determine the starting point at the front of the garage. Using the garage door track as a guide, draw a line, using a straight edge or chalk line, between the center of the trackers on the garage floor. Align the first female edge trim with the center line near the left edge of the garage door opening. The edge trim is the guide for installing the tiles. Using a rubber mallet, connect the tiles in the first column working from the female edge trim towards the back wall of the garage. Continue installing the remaining tiles in the first row working toward the right side of the garage. From the first column, continue installing the first row of tiles working toward the left side wall of the garage. To minimize cuts or balance the pattern, adjust the installed edge trim and tiles to the left or right as needed. When adjusting the tiles, be sure not to extend the edge trim beyond the center line marked on the garage floor. For a balanced pattern, tiles along both walls may need to be cut. Before cutting the tiles or edge trim, measure the allotted space. Mark and cut the tile to the length for proper placement. Using a saw, notch out the edge trim or tile around any obstructions such as the garage door track. In a wall-to-wall application, if no edge trim will be applied, it may be necessary to cut the tile floor covering along one or more of the perimeter walls. Continue installing the tiles on the left-hand side of the column, working toward the back of the garage until complete. Connect the remaining tiles on the right of the column and work toward the back of the garage as shown. If necessary, cut the last row of tiles to fit between the existing row of tiles and the back wall of the garage. Attach the male edge trim by joining the male tabs to the female connecting loops located on the tile. If there are any obstructions in the path of the tile floor covering, such as a floor drain, support post, or stairs, use a saw to make the necessary cutouts. If a floor drain is present, there are two ways to cover it. The first option is to cut the tile floor covering for the existing drain. The second option is to insert one or more Gladiator drain tiles over the existing drain.